Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to one cracker of a game we'll have between Vinco Gaming and Energy Esports for the VS Gaming Cup 1 elimination. The loser between these two teams goes home. Well, basically stays home because this is the online tournament. But before we talk about the teams, Edgar is here to join me again. Thanks, Edgar, for lending us your voice.
Love to be here. Can't wait for this match.
Yeah, it's going to be an insane match. And for those wondering why I called it the Clash of the Titans, is these two teams probably, two of the top 5 teams in Call of Duty South Africa at the moment. So this is going to be one hell of a game. EN probably regarded as maybe the best team on paper currently now, and then Vinco definitely up there as well. So this is going to be one sick game. Just quickly talk through the lineup from both teams. From Vinco, we have Vinco Javaa, the captain of that team. Then we have Vinco Tippmann and Vinco Jarffz. Then we have Vinco Scara and Vinco Skeamz. Now the guys from Energy Esports. We have EN Frosty, EN Miki, EN Heroz, EN Waffle, and EN Shaaki. It's going to be one hell of a game, as I mentioned. But just looking at the maps as I bring it up for you guys there, we're going to start off with a hard point played on frequency. If I'm looking at that first hard point, I'm edging it to EN. What are you thinking?
Yeah, from what I've seen EN play, I haven't seen Vinco play yet, but their sub players, I feel like they're always on Red Bull. Yeah.
They're always on the caffeine.
Insane.
They're always on the caffeine. When I look at the AOs, they maybe match up between the two teams, but if I look at the subs, I think EN would edge it out when I look at the subs. It's just going to be it's just going to be a very close game. Followed by that hard point will be a search and destroy played on Arsenal and in a control played on Arsenal. And this is where I'm edging it to Vinco. The search and destroy, Vinco is a very strong search and destroy team. I don't know if Tippmann is still the IGL of search and destroys for Vinco, but if he is, it's definitely going to benefit the Vinco squad.
Yes, what I want to see in these two maps is, let's say you had a bad map. Doesn't matter the team. Let's say you had a bad first map on frequency, because it can happen. Frequency is a map where comebacks don't usually happen, and where if you get a good lead at the start, you can very easily just keep steamrolling the other team and get streaks and win that map that way. Now, whichever team loses this first HP has to be on the immediate regain for that S&D, because if they don't, you're looking at being 2-0 down on a series on VS Gaming.
Yeah, that's indeed. And we're going to start off this game immediately jumping into this frequency hard point. It's going to be one insane game. Get your predictions into the chat. I see we've got NYX, we've got the WRG guys, we've got Hypes, we got Trigger. I see you guys all in chat. Mayhem there as well. Just came in to listen. Edgi cast. Oh, okay, Mayhem. I see it's only favorable for one guy there. But Kevin in there as well. So with that yellow heart, we can see the teams have color-coded. We've got the logos up there for you guys. And I'm going to start it off with the ICR player, or the Maddox player now, from Waffle.
Trades going in and around the hill. It seems to be Vinco winning all the trades.
Oh!
Can Waffle get one? No, Tippmann gets a huge 3-piece to get hill control. Now, everybody stacking up the hill on EN. Can they hold this? On Vinco, my apologies. Can they hold this for the second wave? Seems to be that way.
All yellow at the moment. Vinco coming out firing. It all started with that, almost fluking it with that own team kill there as Waffle falls off the map. High Clayster. But Tippmann did play a big role in that mid. 28 points before Vinco or Energy Esports could get on the map. Jarffz is at the back there securing that spawn. And Vinco starting off so hard.
Another huge 1v1 that Jarffz wins for his team. Now, everybody from EN is swarming him right now. He won't be able to do much as he just gets taken down by Frosty. EN does have hill control. They do watch that pipes push up, which means that the 3 players from Vinco will have a hard time pushing in. Can they do it though? It seems to be that way at the moment, but the EN players have spawned at the back and they've cleared out Javaa, who was the last guy at the spawns, and are now looking to push up towards middle.
Yeah, Shaaki busy working on those streaks. Does get down there by Javaa, the captain of Vinco Gaming, and the rotations is going to go down. It is in the hands of Vinco, and looking at the scoreline, it's nothing in between these two teams. It has been trades galore. Vinco starting off hard, EN fighting their way back into this, as we see Frosty currently on a 2 streak and will be pushing to the bottom mid of Vinco's next hill as he gets taken down. But the start off very hard from Vinco. Shaaki getting those streaks, and that might just be costly as they rotate to this next hill.
Yes, streaks might be costly on this next hill here, but if you're Vinco, you did it well. You did your job. You just rotated when you knew that you weren't going to break that second hill, and now on this third hill, they just won that first wave of engagements until Heroz gets 2. Can he get another one? No, he doesn't. Gets killed by Jarffz. Now, look at your minimap. Look at where EN is spawning right now. They still do get kills on the spawn due to teamwork and Shaaki's 2-piece, which means that they will probably end up breaking this hill, but the score is dead even with 25 seconds left.
Yeah, dead even rotation coming down. Look where Vinco is spawning. They're spawning on the next hill. Player number 2 is going to be crucial. Heroz can't make anything happen, and it's the setup now of Vinco that will be or must be broken by Frosty. Frosty can't make anything happen as Tippmann takes him down, but Shaaki invests his streaks to maybe break this hill. He gets Skeamz as well, so this is the chance now for Energy Esports to break into this next hill.
Yes, it is, but look at the split spawn coming in from Vinco. 3 on one side, 2 on the other. The kills seem to be going towards EN right now, but Scara gets a huge 2-piece. Heroz with 1 as well. This hill is being incredibly scrappy. Can EN break in after Vinco being set up first? 3 kills going towards Vinco. Frosty with 1 as well. Javaa with 1 too, and the hill seems to be all Vinco for now.
Yeah, Vinco doing a good job holding that. Just remember that EN did invest a streak to break this hill. Invest another one with 20 seconds on the clock. Is that the correct play, you would say, Edgar?
I mean, I think that this second streak was definitely questionable, so to speak, but especially because they don't get any hill time out of that, but it's okay. Shaaki used it. He's got his war machine out now. He does get taken out, but that doesn't matter because hill control for the P1 on the next rotation still goes towards EN.
Well, for sure, but look at Tippmann. Tippmann is firing on all cylinders currently for Vinco Gaming. He's 12 and 8 on a 4 streaks. He's going to have to work closely with his teammates to get streaks. He's going to get into hill, but there's Tempest is pulled out by the captain of Vinco Gaming, and that's Javaa. He can't make anything happen. EN gets 3 kills and tries to break in, but it's stopped by the Sorg players of Vinco.
Oh my god, Scara with a huge place now, but the important thing is EN managed to keep the spawns and to keep the rest of the scrap time going towards Vinco. That's fine since they have a setup, but if this set of kills does not go towards EN, I would be disappointed in their rotation. Now, it seems to be going that way. Miki picking up the last 5 seconds of hill time. But specialist usage. Look at Heroz. He's already used his graph slam on the first hill on this rotation. It didn't work out. Shaaki used his war machine, picked all up 2 on the first hill as well.
Yeah, it's
but
just all
Vinco
yellow.
breaks it anyway.
All yellow. Vinco winning every single gunfight in that rotation. But EN is still spawning at the back there. Now it's Vinco's chance to maybe slay them out at the back so they can spawn out, but that's not going to happen as Ian just bounces back, gets into that hill. Shaaki with a big 2-piece. If we jump on board with him, we can see he's only gotten those 2 kills on his streak. He's 17 and 12. If we look at the scoreline on both sides, we have almost everyone negative on the guys from Ian's side. It's only Heroz and Shaaki positive at the current state. And if we look at Vinco, it is only we've got Javaa, Tippmann, Scara and Jarffz positive. Just Skeamz going negative. It's a good start from Vinco. They need to keep at this pace to slay out the guys from Ian.
Exactly, but at the moment, kills don't even matter because the trades are just coming in so fast for both teams that no team can actually get control of the hardpoint for that long. Miki picks up 2 with the Annihilator, but as I was saying, no team can pick up more than 30 seconds on one hill without the other 30 being contested, which is, well, a result of how close these teams have been playing so far. Scara finds 2, Frosty 2 with that as well. Jarffz finds 1. Shaaki does pick up the kill on the back spawn, but Skeamz trades him back. And as I was saying, it's 28 seconds into this hill, and only Ian has caught time on this, but the hill is still being contested.
Yeah, I was just shocked. Scara got that kill there on Miki, almost getting the Blitzum. Lee, Javaa getting that huge moor on Miki as he breaks into that hill. Rotation coming down again. It's going to be player number 2 and 5 from Vinco to make the play and make sure Vinco doesn't get in there. But if I know that Vinco, Tippmann pulls out the Annihilator, stops Heroz in his tracks, and he's going to pick up Shaaki here as well. Gets another on Waffle. He's going to look for Heroz as well. Gets him. And that is what you want from the guys using Annihilator. I hope WRG can watch this as we saw them just throwing this Annihilator out of the window. But Vinco, Tippmann showing what he can do with it.
Now 350 off streaks, I would like to see them play for that since that EN is actually swarming them on all sides at the moment. Can Vinco hold this? Tippmann does find another one. Now only 250, and Vinco does have hill control with EN spawning on that P3 side of the map. It seems like they are going to give up this last hill for the P1 rotation. Skeamz, on the other hand, just says, nah, I'm not going to let you do that. Just gets a huge 3-piece with the gravity spikes on that first hill already. And it seems like, for now, Vinco will be holding this P1 rotation. Scara pulls out the War Machine as well. But
Heroz countering it with his Gravity Slam. Can't pick up Jarffz there as Jarffz makes a huge kill. Frosty counters that. Tippmann gets another. It's just trades galore at the moment. No one can take control of this mid-hill. Everyone is just dying left, right and center. Heroz is still there and he's going to probably fall, waiting for his teammates to help. Yes, he does just do that to stay alive and get control over this hill. But it looks like it's going to be a trade of the scores yet again as Ian looking to get back into the lead. Vinco did take the lead just before this, but Frosty very close to streaks, over eager at the moment. Probably it's not something you should peek. This is going to be go down to the wire, Edgar.
I think so as well. Look at your specialist too. Shaaki's really close to his War Machine. Javaa has his specialist, Tempest, on the other hand. But look at these rotation kills. Jarffz just picked up 2 on that elbow. There's another player, number 2, Heroz, fell on the second hill. Now, it seems that for now, Vinco will be holding everything down. But these few kills are essential, especially for EN to break more than 200 points.
Yeah.
And they seem to do it.
Yeah, looking to get that at the back. He gets one, or can't get the second as Tippmann is there to clean things up. But it's Shaaki getting 3 with his War Machine, and that's exactly what you want with a lethal weapon in his hands. He's on streaks, gets the move on one of the Vinco players, but Vinco breaks right back into it and looking to regain the lead. The rotations are going to come down. Ian is set up for next. Tippmann says no to Frosty right there, and look at the scoreline. It's all tied up.
I'm using my lightning right now. He knows that the other team has crashed. Use your lightning right now. Secure that rotation. Make sure that Vinco cannot push up into that hill, but they seem to do that anyway. Now, EN is still spawning at the back. 215. The score is tied, and this could be the last hill. Frosty and Heroz combined for 2 kills. Can they find more than that? Scara and Tippmann trade that back. Ian still with hill control at the moment. Shaaki finds one.
It's just
Does
straight
not find more
galores.
than one, but
The Tempest was used, but Javaa did fall, so the player from
Crash.
Ian got back up. Crash was popped from the guys from Ian, and the rotation isn't going to come down. Vinco needs to break this before Ian he can win this game. 10 points to do it. It's a very, very close. The Tempest is used by
GG's.
the guys from Ian, and this should be GG's as Ian comes out on top. 250, 217. What a start of a series. What a hard point. And Vinco, what a team. They almost did it, Edgar.
They almost did it. It came down to that very last hill, and a few of Ian's players just first off, the two players that were at the back on that rotation from the second hill to the third one played their life and didn't just go jump into the hill to play those rotational kills. They did that very well. When it comes to that rotation, if you're trying to push the back spawn and you're outnumbered after getting those kills on window that Vinco had, if you still try and go push that back spawn, that's a very disadvantageous position that you're trying to get in, because all that Ian had to do, all that the two players of Ian had to do that were at the back, all they had to do was watch that doorway, right? To keep those spawns. They managed to do that, played it perfectly. The Crash and the Tempest come in at the same, which is something that I've talked about the last time that we casted. Very well played by Ian. And they just managed to hold that hill for the last 20 seconds that they needed to get.
Yeah, that's indeed it was. Vinco came out firing, and it took quite a while for Ian to just wake up. Vinco almost causing a upset in that hard point. If you want to call it an upset, it's, as I mentioned, it is the clash of two titans, two of the top 5 teams currently in Godzilla. But we're changing host. We're jumping on the host of Skeamz, as this one was hosted by Frosty. So yet again, map 1, 3 and 5 hosted by Ian, map 2 and 4 hosted by Vinco, and we're swapping over now to the Vinco host. And here's the maps to come. Search and Destroy Arsenal. Now, Edgar, if we're looking at Search and Destroy the way things stands now, with Ian being 1 up, this is a must win for Vinco.
Must win for Vinco, but hold on a second there. You just got your tier 1 subscription from B. And by the way, guys, if you have Twitch Prime, put it on this channel.
Here comes the Twitch Prime plug. It's not what it's about, but support is appreciated. Beats, thanks for that subscription. Another big thing that's gonna be happening on the stream will be logos. So I'm just busy rendering them. So if you're gonna be a subscriber, that you'll be using some of the local CODZA community's logos to spam them in the chat. Just something I'll want to get in there. It's always nice having some logos people can spam rather than just these little emotes, you know, like Kappa, the Covs. I can see he's here, Mayhem is in here as well, Bliss in here as well. But if you're wondering, you came late and you're wondering what's happening, the score was in that first hard point, 250, 217 to the guys from EN. Very, very close game. We're just going to go through the names here. Jarffz top lobbing for Vinco, 34 and 23 with 103 seconds in the hill. Then the guys from EN, we've got Shaaki top lobbing 39 and 26. A different scoreline. We've got Shaaki with a Sork top lobbing, and we've got Jarffz with a Maddox top lobbing. So not the same thing we're seeing there. And we see Dara, you must put map scores here in the overlay. So yes, I can do that. I just don't know. I don't have hands to do that and cast at the same time. But if you're clicking that exclamation mark MC, you've got your map count and you have the scorecard. So you can just bring that up, exclamation mark MC for that. As Vinco Clint, the CEO of Vinco, is in here. Boss, welcome to the stream. The Search and Destroy is about to start. Edgar, score prediction. Who's taking the Search and Destroy?
I'm thinking Vinco's bouncing back here. I'll say 6-3 Vinco.
6-3, Vinco bouncing back. And I actually have Vinco for this as well. I think it's going to be 6-4 to Vinco. Vinco, very, very strong search and destroy team. I'm going to start it off with Tippmann, as he should be, or I think he's still the IGL in a search and destroy for Vinco. Let's see what he can do.
Let's see what he can do. Watching the left side of A, which is exactly where the push is coming from. EN going to A. Frosty tries to push up, gets beamed by Skeamz. 5v4 towards Vinco now. I like this choice that they're doing here. They're not giving too many players in A, Vinco, but the player from lobby does rotate. That's Jarffz. Picks one. Tippmann finds two with the help of his teammate as well, and, well, it is now a 4v2 situation in favor of Vinco. Now watch that player number 8. He might be going on a pinch as soon as player number 9 finds number 1, which is Heroz there.
Let's jump on board with Heroz. Just peeks. He knows now where Jarffz is, and Jarffz knows where he is. The only negative for for Ian outside of the numbers currently will be Shaaki with the sniper. Not much you can do against 4 players, and you've got a sniper in hand. Heroz still just peeking and agonizing the Vinco players.
Coming in.
Ooh, does spot one. Gets the Bliksem there on Tippmann. Over eager is Tippmann. Not something he needs to do. Gets another. It's a 2v1 situation. Shaaki is planting the bomb, but I think the guys from Vinco will be pushing him. And that's a great round of search and destroy played by Vinco. A bit over eager, I would call it, from Tippmann, pushing up something he does not need to do. But rounded out there by Vinco as they get the first round.
Indeed, a good first blood by Vinco, and then the play between Jarffz and Tippmann to get those 3rd and 4th kills, or 2nd and 3rd kills of the round to make it a 4v2 was just good. It was just better. They team shotted the player that was in pocket. I think that was Miki, and it just pretty much denied EN of A control or any type of A push that they were trying to do. Now going towards offense. It's a 4A, 1B.
Oh,
Shaaki picks one with the sniper. Must have been a nice shot. The nade's coming in from Scara, though. Queens him up. And flawless. Waffle does find one. So it is now a 3v4 for EN. Heroz does find Skeamz on the bomb. He must have had a good angle there. Or Skeamz was not planting the bomb right. But look at the number 7 being sneaky. That's Javaa. Just find a pick on Heroz. Can he find more than that? No.
All left to Tippmann to clutch this out in a 1v3 situation. Picks up Waffle there, and that's the 2 ARs from both sides just getting into each other's crosshair, but he's going to be taken down from behind by Kyle Frosty. 1 apiece, both offenses won by both teams. And is that going to be the story of the search and destroy, or we're going to see something different as Shaaki gets this beautiful jump shot on, I think it was Jarffz.
Let's call him Lucky for now. Please and thank you. Anyway, yes, very good rounds coming in from the defensive teams, but the fact is, we haven't seen anyone hit B yet. That will probably happen this game still, but I'm expecting a bit of different strats or just a 5 hit on the lane. No team has done that yet. Seems to me like Ian's playing slow this round, Dalry.
Looks like it, as they're now stunning mid. They do pick up when he fires on Tippmann. Jarffz gets Waffle there with some great shots. It has been trades to a piece as Shaaki picks up Javaa with his grenade, but Skeamz in the vents. Almost getting one, just injuring one, but Scara there to back him up to get a kill there. He knows Miki's in that corner, picks him up as well. It's all up to Heroz now. We said it's all offense, but it is Heroz now left in a 1v3 situation, and at this point
just gets
beamed. He gets beamed, and that's another round 1 there for Vinco Gaming.
Exactly, another round there for Vinco. It really seems like the teams that are on defense are always just clutching up these rounds, and it's partly because even though EN tried that 2-man lobby push, that got shut down really quickly. They found a kill there, but Vinco's teammate traded that, and then they had no control over at A because there was a sneaky beaver up there in vent, stopping them from doing that. Just solid play out of Vinco.
Yeah, we see
Now we're
the
seeing
first
something.
B. Yeah, the first B push from the search and destroy. And are they gonna be very eager to push up? And it's the only one guy of Ian there at the back. Some sneaky spots from Skeamz. Almost beams the guy from the top. Vinco Tippmann gets the beams on Shaaki. Bombs being planted, and this should be Vinco's round to lose. Almost taking out Heroz there as well. But play number 4 is Miki. He's gonna have to play a huge role coming from mid. It's gonna be Ian on the attack. Vinco just hanging back. And I think this is a very, very difficult break, Edgar.
No, it isn't. Not yet. Waffle does find one. Can this Gam Bomb stay alive? No, Skeamz does not stay alive, so it is now a 3v2 in favor of Vinco. In the favor of Ian, my bad. Because everyone on Vinco decided to over-challenge too much. But Jarffz and Scara combined for 2 kills. Heroz does find one, gets traded.
Yeah, just a beautiful trades from Vinco. They played it perfectly. Maybe 1 or 2 kills that they could have spared just hanging back. But Scara and Javaa, I must mention, Javaa is having the series of his life so far. He had a brilliant hard point, and currently in the search and destroy, he's 7-2. This guy is going to need to take him out quickly.
All right. 3-1 to Vinco. Our predictions seem to be on track, Dalray. Anyway, let's see what Ian chooses to do on this round on offense. Meanwhile, you have sort of a spread on Vinco. 1 player holding middle, 2 holding B, and 2 holding A. Ian is again playing a bit slower. Maybe not to give away that first blood. Trying to find one of their own with Shaaki, who misses his shot.
Yeah, both teams really playing it slow. Ian playing it as if they on the defensive side. Just playing it slow enough to maybe get Vinco to rotate to the B side. But player number 1 is Heroz. And he's going to be met by a couple of players from Vinco. He's just speaking. He does spot Scara. Scara now probably gave him the go-ahead to Skeamz. Maybe push up and get some shots into Heroz. Still playing that sneaky corner.
On the other side of the map, Shaaki does find one with a sniper, which means that the bomb's probably going to be planted on A. And at the moment, all that Heroz was doing was baiting towards the B side. But he falls. 4v4 situation, bomb going down. Waffle's watching over middle. Meanwhile, all the players on EN are a bit spaced out, not really sure of what's happening until the bomb gets planted. And now they're trying to break, but they're out of position. And EN is very well placed. Look at this nicely timed prank from Waffle. Just well played out of EN. If Heroz hadn't challenged there, granted, he didn't know. He did not know that one of Vinco's players was on that B-bomb site. But if he didn't challenge there, I still think that he could have just played his life.
Yeah, he could have. I see Dam's in the chat, and he's from the Vinco CS team, and that is from, you're asking whose emotes are those? That's Chloe's emotes. But can't wait for this to go. And we can see Levkov's, we know who he supports, as he gets in there with the Optic Gaming logo emotes. And for those wondering, CWL Pro League starts tonight, very, very late for us South Africans. Unfortunately, I wish we all could watch it, but yeah, Lee with the sniper.
We with the sniper hole opens up the game for Vinco right now. And the bomb is already being planted, but look at Heroz being the sneaky beaver at vents, and the rest of his team is actually going on a very, very slow pinch. Now, bomb does go down, which means that these players will have to kick into action really quickly. And there's kind of a spread for both teams, but Frosty does find a pick with Jarffz trading it almost immediately.
Oh,
finding a second on Miki with Grayson style. Waffle does find one on Scara, and it is now a 2v2 situation over on this A bomb site. Who managed to stay alive? Not Skeamz and not Jarffz. Ian's round to win. Well played from them. Waffle now 375 off streaks, about to be 225 if my maths is right.
Yeah, that is 100% correct, as Waffle is just off some streaks there. But Jarffz, just mentioning his name again, He is popping off in the search and destroy. We saw that hard point top lobbing for Vinco. Waffle played a big role in this round of search and destroy, picking up I think it was three players, so a good round from him. He needs his teammates now to bait to get him closer to those streaks. I think he is 1 kill away from getting those streaks, and that could be worthwhile as both bombs are out in the open, and it's going to be crucial for him to get that. Is he going to pick up bomb? Let's see as we jump on board with him.
Now, 2 specialist crash being used already by Waffle. I was about to say 2 specialists ready for both teams, but now it's just 1 on EN, which is Heroz' gravity spikes, which are almost there. He should get them this round. And then Skeamz with his gravity spikes and Jarffz with his crash. Scara also pretty close to that war machine, but look at this play. Java's on the right flank. Meanwhile, EN's already pushing up towards that B bomb site. They do not find that first blood. They get first blooded instead. Can they still plant the bomb? Yes, they do, but they're getting broken.
Waffle didn't hear him.
Gets traded.
Oh, he does see him. Waffle does spot him. I thought Waffle did not hear him, but he gets the kill from behind. It is currently a 2v2 situation. Bomb did go down. Shaaki is there. They need to play together as Jarffz will push him now. Who gets the kill? Jarffz comes out on top, and this is going to 2v1. He gets the kill there. Waffle is going to get out. He needs to run. 15 seconds to work with. He does hear the door go open again. Skeamz might just push him. 10 seconds. Skeamz does push him. Is he going to have enough time to run over? Can't get the bomb. And a great round there by Ian. And it is Waffle getting his streaks as well.
Ian wins the round. Waffle gets streaks, but it's good on Skeamz that he actually managed to find and kill Waffle. Otherwise, this SND might end up on the inside. It still might, however, end up on the inside, as I just said, because that lightning strike is incredibly useful. Doesn't matter what bomb site you're in.
Yeah, indeed it is. As the score now is 4-3 for the guys from Ian, and I'm going to jump on board with the attacking side, and there's no one else than Jarffz I want to jump on board with, as he's 10-5, the leading man for his team currently. Is he going to pop the crash? Does not look like it, but there is some guys of Ian watching that middle, and only yet again Frosty there at the back at B.
Indeed, but I have a feeling he is sniping. No, he's not. Running a Maddox. However, bombs being planted by Vinco already. Tippmann almost found that first blood. Weakens Frosty. Meanwhile, the sniper's already back there for EN. Skeamz finds a pick in middle. Heroz gets a kill on Javaa on the bomb, and it is now a 4v4 situation.
The crash gets popped now, but Shaaki getting that snipe on Tippmann. It's all left to Jarffz in a 1v2 situation. Can't make it happen as Ian takes the first 2-round advantage in the search and destroy. It's now 5-3. Waffle getting on that defuse yet again. And is he going to get closer to his Hellstorm? Well, I think he died. I don't know, but
he died.
Oh, did he die? Okay, so he just gets the defuse there. Now Ian 1 round away from it. Popping the crash there mid-game, Edgar. Do you think maybe it should have been used there at the start?
It's a good idea, I think, because a 5-3 is much different from a 4-4. And now our scores might have actually been reversed, Delray.
Indeed.
Might be 6-3 again.
Indeed so. We'll see now what happens as we jump on board with Waffle. Well, let's see how he tends to use his score streaks. He's got the lightning strike to work with. Bomb is left for, I think it is Heroz to pick up if we jump on board with him. Play number 4, Miki has the bomb in hand.
Miki.
Yeah, and it's yet again Ian just hanging back before going to A, and it looks like Vinco totally gave up the A site.
Yep, the ping came in from the lightning too. Everyone from Vinco's stacked up middle. Bomb's still not going down, which is something that I don't entirely agree with, but it's okay. Now look at Javaa. Trying to make the play, cannot do it. So that's also first blood for EN, and it looks like they will be closing it out here. However, it is time for a miracle from Vinco.
Yeah, everyone's watching
their
their sights. Heroz now. Heroz can't get out, and Waffle. If I'm Waffle, I'm going right at the back of the map to use those streaks if need be. It is Miki out with the Annihilator. Does pick up one. All up to Vinco. Tippmann to make it happen, and he can't as Miki picks up the last two with that Annihilator. And that is the search and destroy to EN 6-3.
I'm pretty sure Miki picked up 4. Let's watch this.
Oh, it is 4.
3.
Yeah, 3 players.
Let's pick one up or we.
Yeah, exactly how to use the Annihilator. It's like a totally different game than we used to watch. I think it was yesterday or the day before between Origin and was it Origin and WRG? I think it was that game.
Was it not EN an Origin?
No,
or was it Vintage an Origin?
No, it was WRG and someone. I can't remember. Yeah, it was WRG and Origin. It was definitely that one that both teams really struggled using their Annihilator, but I hear from the teams they switched things up to just utilize that a bit better. But yes, that was 6-3 to the guys from EN. They're taking a 2-map advantage over the guys from Vinco now. And guys, if you haven't yet, please do retweet the stream on Twitter. If you've got Twitter, please go check out.
If you don't make one,
yeah, get on Twitter, retweet the stream. Let's get as many faces as possible in here. Let's bring up the maps. We're staying on Arsenal, but we're switching to Control. This is going to be interesting. We saw how fire Vinco was in that hard point coming out beaming. And looking at Jarffz, I'm looking at him yet again to see if he can come out firing. We're changing hosts again to Frosty, as we all get pulled to him, and this is going to be could be the last map. I doubt it, as I think we still have more to come, but this Arsenal Control is going to be a decide. I don't know, the slaying power from both sides is really strong. Yes, Ian maybe edges it out, but looking at how Jarffz is playing and how Tippmann is gunning, I think we might just see another map being played after this.
I disagree. Definitely think that Ian's going to close it out right here. We were expecting Vinco to win that S&D, right?
Say again?
We were expecting Vinco to win that S&D.
Oh yes. So I definitely thought Vinco would come out on top in that search and destroy, but Ian just clutching up when it needs to and using the specialist at the right time, getting those trades in, and getting that search and destroy W.
And now it's back to Arsenal. Desperation time for Vinco, and they have to be on point. The trades have to be on point. The gameplay knowledge has to be on point. You have to make sure that you're not just taking gunfight and gunfight and gunfight. Just cooperate with your team. Make those 1v1s easier on you. Just make sure that you're playing the game the best way possible and not getting kills just randomly.
Yeah, indeed. So, as you have to excuse me for just a while, as Edgar keeps you busy for the next 2 minutes.
Oh, I'll keep you busy, alright? Spam this avocado to help Bravado, but why are you saying that, Mr. Stream Sniper, if Bravado is not playing? Sir, please get him out of his chat. The match is about to start. The match is actually starting. Okay, now I am flustered. Starting this Arsenal on Control. Starting this Control on Arsenal, my apologies. Mr. Stream Sniper, ha ha ha. Yes, I do read the chat. I have to. Please ban Dalray. I will never ban Dalray. I would be out of a job now. Moki map count is 2-0 to EN. You won frequency hardpoint and Arsenal S&D. We're playing Arsenal for the second time here, going towards Control. To 1 for Ventus, Wefkoff? Yeah, indeed. Alright, let's see if these teams have something new to bring to the table on Control, or if they're still going to be hitting the A site all the time. Seems to be at the start that it's going to be a 5v4 on the A side. Trades going in towards Vinco 2. Nope, 3 kills from Ian.
Ian doing a good job at the start. Have the man advantage as they push in. Miki gets another one. Skeamz is still at the top there. Miki is heating up. It always looks like he's the one to go off on Arsenal.
Really? Alright. Regardless, it seems to be very early A control for Ian. That's what a good break does to you. And as the players now stack this hill, it's going to be a fight for B. Meanwhile, you see players number 8 and number 6 from Vinco already pushed up onto that trophy area. Can they find kills there and stop the push coming from the EN players? Frosty finds one. Javaa finds Frosty to trade that. But kills coming in over at Wabi. They all favor EN. Tippmann does get a trade on in there. Heroz finds one on Javaa, which was on trophy. And a split push is now coming from EN. Shaaki went to be way too early and map is reset for now.
It was crucial kill there from Tippmann on, it was Miki close to that streaks. But Waffle is going to be taken off his streaks as well. Probably taking the wrong route if you have streaks. Well, Heroz gets is grappling into the hill. Scara, it tries to get him with a nade. Heroz jumping over it. Oh, he gets his own player. He's Shaaki with the nade. It's still Ian advantage in the kill department. They still have a minute and 22 seconds to work with. Vinco doing a good job so far, holding back and getting the kills. Javaa pushing up front. He gets Miki. And it's going to be all guns blazing at the moment. 6-man advantage for the guys from Ian. Vinco just holding out for a while, but it is Ian making all those kills count.
Indeed, Ian making all those kills count, playing that advantage. They just find 3. Skeamz does find 2 as well, but gets straight. Now, A control for Ian. Frosty, I thought he was on streaks, but he's not. He did call in his lightning, so I was right.
Yeah.
And it is now 14v4 that heavily favors Ian's players. They will surely close out this round unless a miracle happens.
Now, here's my question. They were, what, 9 kills ahead? They 13 kills ahead by winning that game. Was it really necessary to use those lightning strikes? Could they have saved it? My guess was
absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
No. Sort of necessary. I mean, if you want to close it out, sure, but I still wouldn't have used it.
Yeah.
So 14v7. Kovs just said that.
Yeah.
14v7 in control and he uses streaks. Yes, a misplay, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
I wouldn't do that either.
Yeah, something that maybe can bite Ian in the rear now if they need to count on those score streaks to break the hill. Waffle is 7-2. Let's just keep an eye on him for the meanwhile, as he's 175 points away from getting his score streaks, and it's going to look like a hard B push. He's giving the call out, as you can see. He's just jumping back, giving the complete control for Vinco, and it's going to be the guys from Ian now rotating over. Don't get gunned now. To get closer to that streaks, he's pushing in, almost gets taken out, but Javaa moves him, and this is going to be a big play from Vinco, making sure that Ian doesn't get streaks.
Exactly, big play for Vinco. They managed to hold on to B, get that first tick over, and it seems like Ian is just giving up that B side altogether. Actually, they're not. They're just going for the kills there. They do find 3. Skeamz and Co find 2. And the trades will be going towards, at the moment, Ian. The crash comes in from Waffle.
Yeah,
and now Vinco players decide to rotate towards the A side.
Yeah, for me, Tippmann just plays it a bit too deep at that beam bomb site, because when there needs to go trades down, he's just too far to get in and help. As we can see now, they pull their attention to A, as Miki is going to pull up and gets Skeamz there. He's going to be met by Scara. Can he get the kill there? No, he can't, as the crackhead Scara gets the kill there. And it's still Vinco pushing their attention to A. Player number 3 is the only player from EN currently invested his time into A, as he now gets taken from behind. Is this going to be it for Vinco in this round, or are they just going to make things count as it's all orange at the moment? Just Vinco Tippmann getting a kill there. Javaa making his presence felt as
No
player
way.
number 9 is the only one that can do something currently, and that's Tippmann.
There's no way Vinco's bouncing back from this. See, look at player
Oh!
number 1. He
Tippmann.
does get found out. Can this happen? It's a 9v11, but those kills all over there on Wabi had to happen. They all go towards the end's way, and it's now a 10v5. They had a full wipe, 10 seconds for the round to end, and the end's going to take it. Now, Specialist, well, Heroz has popped his for absolutely no reason.
Yeah, what was that something that needed to be used?
Nope.
Nope.
Absolutely not.
It's
absolutely
just,
not.
Yeah, just like the score streak that was used by Frosty. Something that shouldn't be used. You're comfortable in the lead. And yeah, he could have saved it to maybe break the hill and... not something you wanna give up.
I mean, we're criticizing Yen, but they're still winning these rounds pretty comfortably.
Yeah.
They have at least a double lives by the end of the round. Life. It's just not means, but it seems like Vinco's just doing split pushes, and they end up not making them work and not getting the trades that they need to get. This might be because we're playing on Ian's host, but those trades still need to be in. A full bash over on the A-bomb side. It's a 5v4 there. Javaa does play sneaky on the vents, misses his stun. Can he find more than one?
Oh, Heroz gets gunned from that head glitch.
And Frosty popped
and
his
all his streaks.
Tempest.
Let's get
Look,
on.
if there's a place to rebound, it is now. The Specialists are going to be in your favor for this round. Only Shaaki has his War Machine. If you win this round, you're in a good place to bring it back to a round 5 on control. If you're Vinco. Because look at your Specialists, look at the lives left, and look at the map control that Vinco has at the moment. This is definitely doable, but I might just be getting ahead of myself.
We can see now Ian trying to cap A, but that's not going to happen. Vinco standing tall at the moment, anchoring things down there in the 4-man advantage at the moment, but it is Ian trying to crawl their way back into this. If we jump on board with Frosty, he gets taken out by Jarffz. And look at Jarffz again. He's the only man positive for his team, and Vinco is still doing what it needs to be done to keep them out. 10 seconds to work with. I can't imagine them getting to heal fast enough. Player number 1 is Frosty. He's the only guy that maybe can get in there. Nope, and that's a round to Vinco Gaming as they try and crawl their way back into this control. 2-1, still in the favor of Ian. And I just want to bring up the scoreboard. The only guy from Vinco positive is Jarffz.
And this round was a huge Specialist misplay from Ian. They used their Tempest, their Annihilator, and they used their Gravity Spikes last round, which means that they'll have only the War Machine for this round. And this might as well be, if Vinco uses their Specialist correctly, might be their round. All they have to do is use their Specialist the right way, and they'll close it. They'll just move it to a round 5. But everyone going towards that B-bomb site from Vinco. Javaa here watching the flank. Does find Frosty. Can he clean up the kill? Gets him stunned. He'll leave that for player number 7 right behind him. Meanwhile, trades coming in on the B site. They favor Ian. Heroz with 1 as well. Shaaki with 1 pushing up already. 2 players on the trophy area. From Ian. Can they pick up kills here? Yes, they do.
Yeah, we did miss it, but Scara did pull out his War Machine in the start there just to maybe get in there, but he was taken out just after shooting 1 nade. Skeamz knows Heroz is in the corner, absolutely destroys him. He did have the 200 to work with. Shaaki is now going to push in, but he's got the War Machine to work with as he picks up only 1. Scara trades him out. And almost gets Waffle there, but trades coming in from Heroz.
Wife still going in favor of Ian. If I'm Vinco, I'm pulling out my Specialist here. I have no control. I am at a lives deficit, and this might end up being a 3-0 for Ian, simply because they've managed to get themselves pushed up into the map. Now, can Vinco play these trades correctly? Tippmann finds 2 with the Annihilator. That means early B control for them.
Play number
Can they
2.
hold
Look
this?
at Heroz. Heroz with a sneaky flank. Almost picks up Scara there. Yes, does. He knows where Jarffz is. Can't get them. But there is a trade from Miki. 7 seconds to get into the hill. I don't think they can. Play number 6 and 7 is the only ones that maybe can get in. They do with just a split second. But that is a 3-0 to Edgi Esports taking the control. 3-1. And Vinco, yes, maybe outslayed in this control, but they were in it till the death.
They could have won this round if they another specialist misplay. You had at least 2 specialists that weren't used there, and you just if you're a gravity spikes player, all you have to do is just off the break, grapple one of the sides of A, and you get an easy 2-piece as long as your team is playing there with you. But specialists end up not being used. Shaaki does find 2 with his war machine, then gets killed by Scara. And Tippmann does find 2 with his annihilator, but that's not enough to guarantee side control, and it ends up being well, an EN victory.
Yeah, in victory it is, but let's look at the scoreboard. It's yet again Jarffz top loving for the 3rd time. 3 maps played, and for 3 maps, Jarffz is on the top for Vinco. Just going down the board, yet again, the only man positive for them. 17-21 is Scara, 16-16 is Tippmann. We've got Javaa 14 and 16, Skeamz 14 and 22. And if you're facing a team like Ian, you need to win those gunfights, Edgar.
Yeah, you need to be winning those gunfights. You need to be playing those trades correctly. And most of all, this was the main thing that I noticed when Vinco was playing this control is that they would push aside. They would lose out on the trades. And then the teammates that were still alive after that first wave, they wouldn't back off. They would simply try to challenge. And so it ended up being a perpetual 3v5 or 3v4 situation in favor of EN, which is something that you're not going to win if you're Vinco.
No, definitely not. And just a recap of all the maps, I'll bring it up there for you guys. The first hard point was played on frequency, and the scoreline there was 250-217 to the guys from Edgi Esports. Vinco started off extremely hot. They were 28 points up before Ian could get a point on the board. They were taking the lead, regaining the lead, taking the lead, and just at the end there, Ian outgunned them, outclutched them, I would say. And then we followed it with a Arsenal search and destroy. We both thought, Edgar, that Arsenal would take, the search and destroy would be taken by Vinco, but it wasn't. It was 6-3 to Ian.
Yeah, it's a 6-3 to Ian. They just played better. They got their specialist earlier. They ended up using their crash at 4-3. So at the 8th round, won the round with the crash and the gravity spikes, and that turned it into a 5-3. And when you're up 5-3 and you still have specs, then you're fine.
Yeah, for sure. And then closing it out with this control that was just played on Arsenal, a 3-1 scoreline. And if we just analyze both teams, let's start off with Vinco. From your side or your point of view, what went wrong for Vinco in this series?
In this series, I just think that first map frequency. That last hill came down to specialists. It could have gone either way if there weren't any specialists, honestly, because it's almost a very contest heavy hill, but at the same time it can not be a contest heavy hill. So it could have gone either way. That last map, the first map. Second map, Ian just outplayed him, and the third map again, Ian outslayed them. They didn't necessarily outplay them, and at the last round, Vinco just choked their specialist usage.
Yeah,
and that's all they lost.
Yeah, and if we look at Ian, what do they need to fix? I'm just pointing out the usage of when to use score streaks and when to use specialists. There was what multiple times that they called in streaks when they don't need to, when they
Yeah,
multiple times they use specialist when they don't need to.
exactly. They just over eager use the score streaks and specialists in general, but it happens. They still end up taking the win without losing a map. So I guess that didn't cost them too much.
Yeah,
It might cost them against better competition if Vinco turns up on another map, but they just ended up not doing it.
yeah. Unfortunately, Vinco not getting the better of Ian in the series. GG's to Ian. They take it 3-1. Vinco Gaming back to the drawing board, fixing what needs to be fixed, and ultimately just getting more practice in. As I don't really see them scrimming and asking for scrims as much as I'm used to them doing. But Vinco back to the drawing board. We'll see them in the Metal State games as they knocked out from this VS Gaming Call of Duty Cup 1 elimination. Energy Esports goes on to the next round. There's a couple of games still taking place, or that took place last night, and I think I don't have their results, but most of them won by the top teams. I know a majority of the top teams going through without any hassle. I know BVD walked away with a easy W against Gamma. So all the top teams cruising through. Vinco unfortunately dropping out to Ian. But to everyone in the stream, thanks very much for popping in. I see the guys from BVD is in here. I see Levkov Levkov saying Rahil is the king of COD ZA. I'm still waiting to see the at of BVD. Levkov is he's a big supporter of Bravado. But Beats, yet again, thanks for you for that subscription. As I said, if you subscribe to the channel, you'll have logos to work with on the stream, so you don't need to just spam BVD or spam WRG. You can always use the logos. But guys, thanks very much from myself and Edgi. We'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time.